Sonic's Green Hills Adventures Season 2 Chapter 15, Rachel and Jojo's Arrival. Sonic's point of view.
I was having another nightmare. I saw Tamisra in the cage next to her. The thing inside it was shrouded in shadow except for growing red pupils with no iris whatsoever. "What is that, Tamisra?" I demanded shackly.
It is your doppelganger. It's right here on the peak of pace 3. You can make your breakdown in the bathroom for that. So keep those emotions in check, or else it'll be free from its catch.
Tamisra explained darkly. Then I woke up. However, I stayed calm, for I knew Tamisra was right about keeping my emotions in check. Then I fell back asleep. The next morning, I immediately went to Shadow's room. I had another dream. This time it was different. She didn't try to hurt me, but she had a cage next to her and it has my doppelganger inside it. I'm on the peak of phase 3. I told Shadow seriously. Shadow lost his words as his jaw dropped in horror.
"We have to call him now,"
Shadow finally said as he grabbed his phone. "You're right, but remember, all Rachel and Jojo are coming today, remember?" I asked to remind him.
"Yes, I remember. But I'm still calling him to let him know about this. I'll meet you downstairs,"
Shadow said seriously as he dialed Zim's phone number. "Okay, see you down there." I said as I left Shadow's room and went downstairs to the kitchen.
Shadow's point of view.
I thankfully heard Zim pick up.
Hello, Shadow, what is it now?
Zim asked seriously. "Sonic had another dream last night. Tamisra apparently told Sonic he is on the peak of phase 3. Sonic also told me that his doppelganger was in a cage next to her. However, all he could see when it came to what the doppelganger looked like were its glowing red pupils with no arises whatsoever. I explained frantically, for this was scaring me."
I know. How soon can you come over?
Zim asked shakily. "I'm honestly not sure exactly. You see, our aunt and cousin are moving into our previous house today and we're helping them move in," I replied nervously.
I understand. Just call me when you're on your way over.
Zim said calmly. "Will do, Zim," I said right before hanging up. Then I went downstairs.
As Shadow was coming downstairs, Sonic realized 3 important things.
Hey Pretzel Mom, I have 3 questions about Rachel and Jojo's arrival. Did you tell Rachel about your pregnancy? Do they know about Longclaw and Shadow? And what am I going to do when they see me like this?
Sonic asked as he gestured to the crescent moon symbol on his forehead and the scars on his stomach. At that point, he started swaying nervously.
Yes, I told them about my pregnancy, Longclaw and Shadow. As for your other question, it depends on their reaction. But don't worry, I'll calm Rachel down if she overreacts. After all, you know how she can be sometimes.
Maddie replied as Shadow sat down at the table. Longclaw came not too far behind him.
"Morning, Longclaw. Did you sleep well?"
Sonic asked confidently.
"I sure did, Sonic. I'm so glad we're under the same roof again."
Longclaw said happily, which cheered Sonic right up. Then Tom came in.
Well, boys, are you ready to help at 10 Count Moon today? I'll be around 10 o'clock.
Tom said excitedly as they all started eating.
"I was born ready down, Dad."
Sonic replied confidently.
"Yep, with us helping, it'll be a piece of cake,"
Shadow added enthusiastically. Jojo's point of view.
I couldn't wait to see Cousin Sonic and meet Shadow and Longclaw. We have just passed the Green Hill sign. Mama, are you excited to meet Longclaw and Shadow too? Because I can't hide my own excitement. I asked Mom hopefully.
Yes, I am, sweetie. I also wonder how Sonic's been since we last saw him.
Mom replied happily as we arrived at the house, which filled me with relief since she could be harsh about these kind changes. When we got out of the car, I was instantly greeted by Sonic.
"Hey Jojo, I missed you so much. I'm so happy you will be living here now."
Sonic said as we hugged each other. Same here, Sonic. So where's my other cousin? I asked as I looked around in excitement. Then a black and red anthropomorphic hedgehog that was a little taller than Sonic, which is close to taller than me, walked up to me. And Maddie wasn't kidding.
"Hey Jojo, I'm your cousin, Shadow Wachowska the Hedgehog. It's an honor to finally meet you,"
Shadow said enthusiastically, which made me giggle happily. The honor is all mine, Shadow! I said playfully as Uncle Tom and Maddie came over. Uncle Tom and Maddie, I said as I ran over to them and hugged them happily.
Jojo, how are you?
Uncle Tom asked happily. I'm doing great. Where is Longclaw? I asked excitedly. Then I saw a large old land in front of me.
"That would be me, Jojo. It's so wonderful to meet you."
Longclaw said sweetly. I then ran up and hugged her lovingly and she hugged me back. Amazing to meet you too, Uncle. I said as we ended the hug.
Once all the adrenaline from greeting family members calmed down, Jojo and Rachel looked at Sonic in shock as they noticed his scars and the symbol on his forehead.
Sonic, what happened to you?
Rachel asked nervously.
It's a long story, but Egan is back and has teamed up with a twisted evil alien named Tamisra. She placed a curse called the Possession Virus on me. These are the result of that. The news is I know what to do about it. Bad news, I have to wait until the time is right. Speaking of which, me and Marina are romantically together.
Sonic replied seriously.
Well, I'm so sorry to hear it, Sonic.
Rachel said as she hugged Sonic.
Well, wait, since when did you have Marion?
Rachel asked excitedly.
For several months now, but we told each other our feelings just this previous Friday.
Sonic said happily.
So, how do you guys feel about having another sibling?
Jojo asked as they began the unpacking the moving van.
I'm absolutely stoked.
Sonic said enthusiastically.
It's going to be quite interesting to experience a human baby in the house, let alone my youngest sibling.
Shadow said in agreement. Hours later they finished.
Well, we'll be right back. We have to talk with Zimisap.
Sonic said right before Shadow performed Cho's control. Sonic's point of view.
We appeared in front of Sim's base and went in. Hey Sim, we're here, I said as we looked around for Sim.
Oh, good. Let's call the tallest, just in case they have something that's important we need to know.
Sim said as we went to the main computer room. When we arrived, the tallest appeared on the screen.
Greeting. My tallest, Sonic, got signs that he's on the peak of Phase 3. So do you have any advice for Sonic?
Sim told the tallest nervously.
Yes, now Sonic, you will need to plan the timing for the next time you use any power that's tied or triggered by your emissions. Carefully, as for the rest, safety's them now.
Tallest Red explained seriously. Wait, why do I need to do that? I asked nervously for I didn't like where this was going.
It will allow the doppelganger to gain enough strength to break free and Phase 3 can officially be got over with. Just trust us on this one.
Tallest Red replied reassuringly. That allowed me to connect the dots. Oh, because the doppelganger feeds on sad and depressing emotions. Thanks for the advice, it's all clear to me now. But I'm not going like it. I said sadly as tears fell down my face.
Oh, Sonic, I wish there was another way too.
Shadow said as he hugged me. Then we went home to prepare for the inevitable.
Later that night, Jojo was asleep. Suddenly a hand covered her mouth as Jojo woke up with panic in her eyes.
Hush, little one, you're coming with me.
A female voice said sinisterly. Then they disappeared into a dark portal.